Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also, if you are new, welcome. I am so glad you guys picked today's clean with me. We have a ton going on today. I have been all about making bread lately. I have some makeover sneak peeks and just a little bit of everything going on today. So if you guys are looking for some homemaking motivation, cleaning motivation, I've got a little bit of everything in today's video. We are starting off in my bedroom. You guys know me. I like to start with some sort of domino chore, and it kind of depends on the day of where I start. Bobby is a night owl, so normally I am up hours before he is. So my normal domino chair is chore is usually the kitchen. I like to get that done before people get up and everything, but there are some mornings where I sleep in, I make Bobby take the kids to school just because I need that little bit of extra rest, and then on those days I start in the bedroom, because if I can get up and make the bed and just clean the bedroom right away, that always feels really good to have known that this one thing is checked off the list for the day and will stay clean all day.
Now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this.
So let me know, how are you guys doing with this time change? At least I know a lot of us have dealt with this time change. I know there's certain places here in America that don't do the time change, which I am so jealous of you guys, because I wish it would just become standard to pick a time. I honestly don't care what time you pick, but just pick one. I will say though, I prefer the standard time, because waking up right now and it being dark when I take the kids to school, when it was more sunny before, is making it very difficult. Now, this is only day 2 of taking the kids to school since the time change, but always such a struggle. And also, if you guys have littles, you'll understand this. Trying to get your littles to bed when the sun is still up is also a struggle. So everything's changing a little. I know it'll only be a couple days and we will be back into a new routine and used to it, but man, these first couple of days are always a little bit more difficult. I'm just going around though with this Swiffer sweeper just to quickly dust everything. I love these for quick dusting, and with having pets, I feel like it's very important to have a way to do a quick daily dust. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not looking at like making sure everything is 100%. You guys know me. It is about the 80%. It doesn't have to be 100% good. It's about 80% and just working on the progress over it being perfect. A little bit every day goes a really long way. And with animals, I feel like dusting is one of those things that if I can stay on top of, it makes the biggest difference. I was using spray away for my glass, and then you just saw me using a room freshener that just smells good. I love using it on the linens. I'll usually use it on the bed and the curtains, just because that fabric really holds on to the smell. There's my big boy Bailey. He is not a fan of the robot vacuum, usually because it tries running into him while he is sleeping. So that is why he left the room when it came in. But I then moved on to the kitchen just to clean up the dishes that, well, put away the dishes. They were already cleaned, so I just needed to put them away and get everything in order in this part of the house.
Have ever been. You broke my chains and released me, and days turned into nights on the couch in your apartment. No, I am not the same. Everything has changed. Every day, 24/7, you call my name.
So our dishwasher gets run about twice a day. I usually try and run it every single evening before we going to bed, and usually it gets ran once in the middle of the day at some point. So trying to just get it all unloaded, put away. During the day, though, I will say that the second unload of the day is normally something that I have the kids do, just like one of their chores of when they get home from school. They unload the dishwasher. But in the morning, obviously, they normally are not around unless it is the weekend. So that is when I go and unload it. That way, just throughout the day, it makes it easier keeping the kitchen clean. If you stay on top of the dishwasher being ran and unloaded, then you never have that like huge pileup of dishes in the sink that can feel so overwhelming. And I get it. I'm the same way. Like, I feel very overwhelmed if any dishes start piling up. And I don't feel like we have a huge family, but we are a family of 5, so dishes do start piling up. So I like to stay on that routine when it comes to the dishwasher. Here I'm just reloading our quail eggs. If you are new here and trying to figure out what quail eggs are, we actually raise quail and Muscovy ducks, and my parents also raise quail. So I am just putting these all on the egg holder. We do not refrigerate these. You can look into refrigerating farm fresh eggs and why I don't refrigerate them. But we love our quail and the little eggs that they give us. People always ask if we eat them just like regular eggs, and we do. They're tiny, but we have found that about 3 quail eggs equal 1 chicken egg, and these guys are a lot less work and a lot more quiet than chickens. So we have quail and we have Muscovy ducks. I actually recently had someone ask also the other day if our neighbors get annoyed by our ducks. Like, are they noisy? So Muscovies technically aren't duck. So if you think of like a zebra and a horse, like a zebra looks like a horse, but it's not a horse. Muscovies are the same way. They look like a duck, but technically they're more, I think they said more like a goose. I don't know. Genetically, they are their own species. So they don't quack. It's kind of funny. They're a little bit louder when they're little because they chirp and stuff. But as they get older, they lose their voice, and boys hiss, and girls still will chirp, but they don't chirp often. Usually it's only like if a predator or something is getting near their babies or trying to grab them or something like that. So that is why we ended up going with the type of breeds that we have, is so that we can be very respectful for our neighbors and not have to worry about anyone being annoyed. That is my new bread box, which I was super excited about getting because I have been all about making homemade bread lately. Now, I am not one of these sourdough ladies. I would love to be. I have watched so many sourdough videos, but I haven't pulled myself to do it. However, my bread machine, I love my bread machine. I love that I can set it to the dough setting and it does the proofing and the kneading and all the things right in here. So lately what my kids and husband have been obsessed with are homemade bagels. So I was doing that. I was doing a load of the cinnamon crunch bagels. And then I was also going to do just some traditional bagels as well. But these are so easy to make. And I don't know, I find it really relaxing to make this type of stuff. And because I want to say the dough setting is like for an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So you're seeing this all like put together so I could show you how I make them and the recipe and everything. But I'm actually able to do a lot of the cleaning throughout today's video in between batches and in between the dough actually being made. So it's really nice that I can kind of start it and just leave it and go and do more throughout the rest of the day.
hate when I'm lonely, yeah. 'Cause you must trust me, I can never do you wrong. I take a bullet for you. If I lose you, I would not know what to do. I've fallen for you hopelessly. Hold on, I think I'm losing it. Come on.
Oh, also, if you guys are wondering about recipes, so at the beginning of when I started making these, you would have seen I put a recipe card on the screen. That way you guys can screenshot it. I know I don't often do that, but then I always have people asking. So I decided that when I make stuff, I'm going to start making recipe cards. Luckily, it's pretty easy on the Canva app, so I just quickly typed it out for you guys. That way you guys can screenshot and save it. These Cinnamon Crunch ones were the ones I was most excited about on this day. I'd never made them before, but I don't know about you, but I was obsessed growing up with the Panera Cinnamon Crunch bagels. So I was trying to emulate those. I looked up a couple different recipes and kind of like piece together what I thought would be the most like the Panera bagels. I do think next time I'll change the topping a little bit. We're here, I just did the brown sugar and it was delicious, obviously, but I think if I would have done a little bit of flour and butter in it, it would have given more of that crunch that I remember from the Panera one. Now, this is pretty much the exact same recipe as a cinnamon crunch bagel, but I'm not doing the added cinnamon chips or the added raisins. This is just making a plain bagel dough, and then you can top it with whatever you want. My family just wants them plain. However, I do make a couple that have everything bagel and sesame because I love that. Like, I love the crunch, especially of the everything bagel seasoning. I love that stuff. I love that stuff on so many things. If I'm making avocado toast or all sorts of stuff, it is so, so good. I did end up making the other day a breakfast sandwich with some of these plain bagels, and they just, something just extra special about having them and them tasting so good. Absolutely amazing. The big thing though is boiling them. There's different ways you can boil them though. I saw recipes where people used baking soda. Here you can see that I used honey. And then there was, oh, what was it? It wasn't a molasses, but there was like this dark something that someone else put in the water, which I think is more normal for what they do in New York from the little bit of research I was doing. So look around. There are so many different recipes. These ended up working really, really well for me, but I'm sure in the future I might tweak and play around and change these up. Like I said, I have been absolutely loving making different breads and stuff with the bread machine. I also will just make a regular loaf of bread. The only thing with that is usually that loaf of bread is gone within the hour because my kids are obsessed with that like fresh hot bread out of the bread machine, that they will start cutting it and just eating a slice of warm buttered bread right away.
Guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer. Our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you. I'm so alone. I met you in the
Show you guys real quick. Got the stuff for Freya's room. Nothing too crazy, so we didn't buy a lot of stuff. It's bedding and a rug, but I did want to give you a sneak peek, so I'm going to show you this art piece we got for her room. However, now that we have this stuff, she's driving me crazy about doing her room, and there's just a couple little things that I'm trying to work out before starting it, but that's definitely going to have to happen really soon because she sees these boxes and now she's like, let's go, Mom. Come on, let's go. And wants it so bad. But I'm going to show you that piece of art because I love it and she is obsessed.
Love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you. I'm so alone. I met you and
So as you can imagine, Freya is super excited about her room makeover coming up, which should be coming up soon. We are actually still currently, I was hoping to have possibly the pool area backyard makeover out today, but we are still working on it. We ended up repainting the cement, so that took a couple days to cure before we could put stuff back on it. So actually today, which I am so excited about, we get to start putting it back together. So hopefully you guys will see that Friday, that backyard makeover. But she is so ready for her bedroom makeover. There's just still a couple things that I am waiting to fall in the line before I do that. So it's coming. She's super excited. She saw that picture and she's like obsessed. It was funny because Bjorn was like, how does she know every princess in that picture? I'm like, because your sister is obsessed with princesses. So she is very excited. If you're curious about what I'm using for my multi-purpose spray, this is just a glass bottle that I use pine sol in as a multi-purpose spray. I love using this all around the house. It makes it real easy to go from one room to the next and just make sure everything is really clean. Also, no, I don't clean under this table all the time if you're new here. But I feel like it's one of those chores that just every once in a while you get under here and it just makes a really big difference to clean it up. Plus, if you guys know me, I don't like to let things sit. I like to do deep cleaning projects every day, but little ones, so it's never overwhelming. So for me today, it was just getting under this table and giving it a really good wipe down. Something that you probably don't think of on a regular basis, but does make a difference in the long run. So just going through and making sure all of that is all set. I do have to go through soon, and I kind of want to get new cushions for these seats. One, they don't zip off, which I don't love, because then when I wash them, kind of like a padding in a bra where it gets all scrunched and weird and you got to try and straighten it out. These cushions do that same thing and it's a pain in the butt. So I'm trying to decide what to do, if I can find new covers where I could just clean the covers, or new cushions in general. I don't know, trying to figure it out. And this is definitely the time of year to do it because these chairs were actually originally outdoor chairs, so I think I'll be easier to find them nowadays. But yeah, trying to figure it out, trying to make it all work. Here you can see I'm just cleaning all the pieces for our coffee maker. We got this coffee maker a year ago now, I want to say that. I believe did this coffee bar about a year ago, maybe a little over that. Oh, now I'm trying to remember, did we do it before? It's got to be over a year by this point. Keeping all the projects that we've done in this house straight in time frame is very difficult. We have been in this house for 2 years come June. So it's been done within the past 2 years. I can tell you that much. If you're new here, we had renovated this house top to bottom once we moved in. So nothing in this house looks original. Definitely you should go back and take a look at some of my original videos in this house, because it's crazy to believe where this house started to where it is today. We are very proud of the way this house looks. So yeah, that is why I'm trying to remember when we did this coffee bar, and I just can't quite remember. But yeah, cleaning off this little coffee bar. We love this coffee maker. It has honestly saved us a ton of money because Bobby and I used to do Starbucks every single day, and Starbucks has gotten so expensive, like even more expensive than it was just a couple years ago. So being able to make our coffee at home, we love it. I actually get our coffee grounds from my mom's coffee shop. She owns Sweet Marley's in Daytona Beach. So whenever I need coffee, I go to her shop. They grind it perfectly for espresso machines, and yeah, works great. We use a couple different flavors. We really like the Torani. That's what you'll see in most coffee places. But Skinny Girl? She started making liquors, but then made like syrups for coffees. Her syrups are really, really good. So we use a lot of that stuff as well.
Give you everything. Wish you could be happy, yeah. But I can't lie. LA made you crazy, yeah. You don't care what's real no more. No, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. This is goodbye, bye. LA made you crazy, yeah.
And then after I was done in the dining room, I do end up moving into the laundry room because I had some laundry to get going. I actually wanted to start this earlier in the day and just had completely forgot. This is honest real life situation here where I was like, shoot, I had rolled the laundry basket into the laundry room and just had completely forgot to start it. So I was just going through and starting it. This is Bobby and my laundry basket, so it's kind of a hodgepodge of what's in here. No, I don't separate laundry by colors or jeans or whites or anything. Sometimes I will do towels, but usually I just do it all together. But our laundry is always a hodgepodge. It always has towels and Freya's clothes and then Bobby and mine clothes, where like if I'm doing Xander's clothes, I just do his stuff. And then same with Bjorn. They may get like a random thing from Freya or whatnot, but for the most part, it's just theirs. So yeah, when I do ours, it's a little bit of everything. This sliding glass door, though, is always so dirty. You can imagine with Freya or just kids in general, they don't think when they open anything glass or touch anything glass how dirty it gets. So I'm just going through and wiping this all the way down. You can see Bailey on his favorite couch. He's always sleeping there. I feel like whenever you guys see me clean this part of the house, you see Bailey because he is there. Normally, though, when I actually start cleaning the dog room, he will run off either to the laundry room or our bathroom because I am disturbing his sleep too much. So he is such a little cuddle bear. It's funny because he's like 170 pounds, but he is just this, when they say gentle giant, like that is 100% what he is. He is completely a gentle giant. There is not a mean bone in him. It was funny though, the other day we had a Walmart delivery come, and Minnie is a yipper. We're trying to work on that. Minnie is our little Chihuahua mutt. She's got a bunch of stuff in her. I know people always ask what she is. She is a mutt. She is a mix of many different little dogs. But she is a yipper. And it was funny because when people deliver stuff, they hear her right away. They see her right away because, yeah. Where Bailey will often sit in like the side corner of that front bay window. So if you're not paying attention, you don't see him. And he does not bark. Well, for some reason, he barked at this girl and she went running back to her car so quickly. I felt bad, but at the same time I was laughing because I'm like, why are you barking? Like, you never bark. And I can imagine, like, you see him in someone's house. Like, he is a big dog. And when he does his big boy bark, it's a little intimidating. But I still couldn't help but laugh because I'm like, oh, he's just a gentle giant. He's probably, I don't know. It could be dog intuition. He didn't like her. You never know. I do trust my dog's intuition. I feel like they have much better intuition than humans. Or it could have just been he felt jealous because Minnie was barking and he wasn't getting the attention. Who knows? This rug, though, as you can see, is always dirty, but man, is it satisfying to vacuum it clean. There's always dog food on it, dog hair on it, bird food on it. I know I had some mealworms that got spilt. Mealworms are our ducks and quails' favorite snacks. If you follow us on our family vlog channel, you'll actually see Freya pretty much daily goes outside with a cup of mealworms to feed the birds. She loves the ducks. The ducks love her. She definitely is like a part of their flock. I will walk outside and she'll just be sitting in the grass and they'll just be all circled around her, not like doing anything, just kind of relaxing in the grass and just letting her sit there and relax. And now they are friendly to all of us, but there's something about her and them. They just have a very special bond, and it's really, really cute. Oh, also, because I know I always get questions about this vacuum, this is a Shark Duo stick vacuum. I bought this on Amazon not long after we moved into this house, and I love it because it is battery operated, and the battery, it came with 2 batteries, so when one is charging I can use the other one, and I vacuum a ton. Once again, you can imagine with Bailey. But I also like that it like folds the way it does because it makes for storage so much easier. And then I always get the duos. I love having it where it has that dual roller, the one traditional beater bar, but then the hard surface brush I feel like is a must, especially if you have a house where most of your floors are hardwoods or even half. I feel like some stick vacuums, like some are really, really good for carpeting and then others are really, really good for hardwoods. What is it? Dyson that sells like different attachments, which is great, but I don't want a million attachments. So that is why I love my Shark, is it's one machine that works for a lot of different areas.
Wait a second, I don't need you. Then why so settled?
So I'm sure a lot of you guys had seen for a while, it was on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, like every ad you could see, as seen on TV, these chom-choms. That's what I'm using right here. I don't know if this is like the exact chom-chom, but I love this thing just for the daily like quick cleanup of this sofa, and it needs it on a daily basis to get all the dog hair off of it. I love this thing. Makes it so much easier. Also, a quick reminder, if you have a load of laundry in the washing machine that needs to get switched over, this is your sign to switch it over. I am notorious at forgetting and then having to rewash my stuff, and I hate doing that. So this is your reminder as well if you need to get it done. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. I am really, really excited for Friday, though. That is the Backyard Extreme Makeover, so make sure you have your notifications on. Oh, like I said, I was hoping it'd be done by now, but it's not quite done, so I'll see you guys Friday.
Like I'm brand new.